Hi, it's Dania and welcome to my channel all about real estate and business. Today I'm going to be discussing the hands down best financial decision I have ever made. It is with respect to my net income, how I add that to my savings, what I invest into, the percentage that I invest into stocks and all of that. So if that's something that you're interested in, please continue watching. So currently I have two active sources of income, which are my two jobs that I have. The first one is tutoring, which I've been doing for 6 years now, and the second one is real estate, which I just began a month ago. This means I've spent 6 years being completely used to the idea of earning solely from tutoring, and I've started a new job which I'm absolutely in love with. I go in every day and I don't even feel like I'm working. I'm just so happy, euphoric being there. I love talking to my clients. I love finding houses. I love chasing leads. I made the decision to open up a brand new bank account with a completely different branch that I've never been with before and give those BSB and account details to my employer for the payroll. So my payments go into a completely different bank account for my two different jobs. So say I have bank A and bank B, my tutoring income has always been coming to bank A, and now my new source of income, my real estate, is going directly to source B. And what I'm doing, which is the smartest point of this whole video, is despite earning a lot more because I've started a brand new job and I work around 15 to 25 hours per week, I'm pretending I'm never even earning that. I've made the active decision to say I'm working for free. I don't earn anything when I work here. I'm doing this because I love it, and that way, out of sight, out of mind, I never even see the money that's going into that second bank account. And that way I have savings that are being accumulated up every single week from my work and my second job. Meanwhile, I can still maintain a life that I've been living for the past 6 years, whereby I'm living off of my tutoring income and I'm using that for everyday means. So I haven't increased my expenses and I'm increasing my savings. Now, if you don't have two different sources of income, what you can do is you can split your initial source of income and just make an automatic transaction from your first job into a completely different branch, so you have your savings account. And the biggest thing is, out of sight, out of mind, you need to do it in another branch, a completely different bank, not just another account in the same bank, because you'll still see your account numbers, you'll still see how much you're earning, you'll still see the numbers increase or decrease, and you don't want that. You want it out of sight, out of mind. I'm the biggest believer in that. Works for me, works for majority of people I know, and I'm pretty sure it'll work for you, unless you're a spendaholic. So we've got the first step down, which is to have two separate bank accounts in two separate branches. One is your everyday account that you'll keep on looking at, you'll spend from, and one is another account that you'll never look at unless it's 3 years and you want to buy a house. You just keep it out of sight, out of mind. Now, what do you do with this account? Do you just let it accumulate and let the bank's 1.5% interest or whatever the interest rate is over there to accumulate and help that with your income? Or do you invest it somewhere else? So this is what I do. So keep in mind that I am a young 21-year-old and I still live with my parents, so I don't have any rent to pay, which is the main expense that everybody has to suffer, either rent or a mortgage. That being said, I'm able to take a lot more risk dealing with my money than the average person. So what I do is I take 80% of my net income and I invest that into stocks. So what I've done is I've invested it into two apps which will give me two passive sources of income. First one I've talked about is the Stake app. It is the stock market app for the US. I've made a whole video about this. I'll link that as a card above and you guys can watch that. The second one is the Spaceship app, and that is the best app that I've ever seen. I didn't know about this before I made the Stake video and I'm in love. So I will make a full new video about that. That will be the next video that I'll be posting. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you know when that comes out. So I've placed my money in two bank branches. In this bank, there's only one account, which is the out of sight, out of mind one, where my second job goes directly into and I never look at it again. This one is used for the spaceship stocks, where I use it to weekly put in some investments. This one, I have 3 accounts. One for my everyday use for my hot chocolates, my food, my entertainment, my movies, whatever you want to do. The second one is for my business, so for my e-commerce dropshipping and all of my YouTube expenses, I'll use that one. And my third one is for my savings account that I actually see every day. So I have a savings account which is my everyday saver, and then a savings account that's out of sight, out of mind. I'm pretending I never earn that money so I can come back and buy a house with it in the future. With the Stake app, I invest from my business account. That way, I basically use Stake as a opportunity to spend my money in a place where it'll give me the satisfaction of spending, but it's going somewhere instead of buying expensive sneakers. So I have a tendency that if I have a lot of money in my bank account, I'll just spend it. So I've tweaked it that when my money starts rising, I'll get my business account and I'll spend it on stocks. That way, it's not a dumb decision, but I'm still spending my money, and so I'm getting that satisfaction, if that makes sense. So if you have a spending habit, or if you're a bad spender, if you can't deal with large amounts of money in your bank account, that's a neat little trick. Just spend it on stocks. So hopefully that differentiates where I use my stocks and where I put it. So at present moment, I have 2 active sources of income, which is my 2 jobs, and then 2 passive sources of income, which is my dividends from my Stake app, and then the money that's accumulating with stocks rising over time with the Stake app, and then the stocks from my unit shares in the Spaceship app. So the 2 active sources of income, 2 passive sources of income. So at the end of the day, what I have is I have an account, which I have the app on my phone. I can look at it, I can see every day how much money I have, how much money I have to spend. And when I'm at my second job, I understand I'm working for free, I'm not earning money from it. I never even think about, oh, I'm only earning this amount of dollars per hour, kill me, like, or whatever. I'm very happy with the job I have and like the pay and everything, so that's not my attitude anyways, but just about some other people that might have that mentality. So if you just really just change your mindset to the fact that you're working for free, and just shift all of your money to savings, or split your income if you only have one job and put that into savings. I can't even explain how much it's helped, because I have money accumulating in the back pocket of mine that I can't even look at. So to summarize, I have my savings account, which is out of sight, out of mind, and 20% is an emergency fund, which is just directly staying in my bank, and I'm never looking at that again until I want to buy a property. And 80% I've invested that into a high risk investment portfolio of stocks, and that's just scheduled weekly to be invested in there automatically, and I don't have to look or think about this portion of my income ever again, and that's all being earned from my second job. And then I have my first job, which I've split the income into personal, everyday expenses, everyday fun and entertainment, business expenses, and my savings that I can see. It's how I sort my banking out. It is incredible. It is so useful, and it's setting me up so well for the future. So I thought I would share that with you. If you guys found this helpful, make sure to like the video. It helps with the YouTube algorithm a lot, especially since I'm a new channel. Subscribe for more real estate and business help, and I will see you guys in my next video about the Spaceship investment app. Have a good one.